Hi crafters, come on in. Welcome back to Simply Charlease, where new crafters like to hang out. We got a new mold. See that? Let's see. Can you see? It's shaped like a maple leaf. So we're going to do a fall themed soap today. We're going to use this mold and we're going to use this mold, okay? I'm not sure of the design yet, but that's what we're going to be using. I went ahead last night and I made a couple of the maple leaves. Let's see. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the shape. And I did that because I only have the one mold and I want at least 3 colors of leaves in this soap, okay? So we're going to do one together. But this is also going to go in there too, all right? The colors that I used there was the golden sand on this one. And I used scarlet on this one. Now, the one that we're going to do today, we're going to use this bronze color. So we'll kind of have a golden leaf, red leaf, and a bronze colored leaf, okay? The fragrance oil that we're going to use is green apple. And I figured apple would be a nice fall scent. We're going to use shea butter soap base. That's going to be our overpour. That's going to be the base of the soap, so to speak. And the leaves are made out of the clear glycerin, okay? I only did about, I think it was 3.4 ounces of the clear glycerin. And it doesn't quite fill this up, but I think it's enough. Hold on a second. Let me get a knife. This is my soap knife. When you're making soap, make sure that you have dedicated tools for your soap. This would have melted in that big chunk like it was, but it melts faster if it's smaller. Okay, we'll pop this in the microwave and get it melted, and I'll be back. Okay, that only took about 25 seconds in the microwave, all right? I'm going to set this aside and let's get our color ready. We're going to be using this bronze. Let's see if I can get it open. There we go. And we're just going to use one little, whatever measurement this is. And this spoon comes with the mica colorants. And I'll make sure that I link this down in the description box, okay? And we just want to add some alcohol to mix the mica. Just swirl it around. Let's see if I can see. I want to see how deep that color is. I think we could go you see that? It's not a whole lot. I'm going to go a little bit, a tad bit darker. I want it to be a nice contrast against that white. How's everybody doing today? Great, I hope. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in North Carolina. The sun is shining. It's in the high 60s right now. Yeah, perfect fall weather, even though the calendar doesn't say that it's fall. Let's see. Okay. We're going to add this to our clear glycerin. And you want to spritz some alcohol in here to try to get all of that color out. Okay. And that's going to make a nice dark brown leaf. Let's stir that color in. And, ooh, that is so pretty. Oh, I love that color. And we're going to add our green apple fragrance. And it's a little bit of soap, so I'm only going to use this 1/8 of a teaspoon. Oops. Did a little bit of an overpour. That smells good. Let me wipe that up. Okay. All right, let's stir this. Yes, that smells really good. Okay. And when you pour, before you pour, you want to make sure that this is sealed all the way down. I saw some soap makers say that some of these molds will leak, but this one did not leak. All right, and just be careful. And I may be out of frame, but you know what I'm doing, right? Okay, I'm just taking my time and pouring it in. Yeah. This is the first time I've used this green apple fragrance oil, and I really like the scent. Okay. And you see how much we got? And what you want to do is just find a spot to lay this up against and let it set. If you're in a hurry, you can always pop it in the refrigerator and it'll set much faster, okay? So, while I'm waiting for this to set, I'm going to go and fold some laundry and maybe even put on another load of laundry. All right? I'll be back. Okay, crafters. I hope it's set. Looking down at the top part, I can tell it's set, but because it's not an open mold, you know, normally with something that's open, we can touch it and see and whether or not it's set. But with this, and this is the first time I've ever worked with them, I'm a little leery. But anyway, I'm going to try to open it slowly so that if it's not completely set, I can snap it back together and then let it finish setting. So I'm just going to start opening, and let's see. Oh, that feels like it's, I think it is. Let's see. It feels set. Okay. All right. All right. That's a nice brown. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I think I like this mold, and it didn't leak or anything. I'm gonna leave it separated because I gotta wash it. Okay, so let's look at this. So we can see that we have some maple leaves, and what I did while we were waiting for this one to set, I went ahead and I cut the other ones so that they would fit inside the mold, and I'm going to use this as a template for cutting this one, okay? So, let's do it. Okay, turn it this way. And I was able to get 2 pieces and then some left over out of each one of those. So, we're going to cut it right there. Okay. fits. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not quite as snug as I would have liked, but okay. This is a new experience, guys, for all of us. Okay. But I do like the look of that leaf. So, we got this cut. And the other thing that I did with the piece that was left over on these other ones, I just cut pieces, little chunks. And my thought is I'm going to put these on top because, you know, I like for the tops of my soaps to have some texture. Okay? And I don't know how that's going to lay, but we will see. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to just cut it in little chunks. I hope this turns out. This was a little ragged at the end. I'll just trim that off. So there's a craft show at our YMCA tomorrow. I think I'm going to go just to check it out. They said there were going to be like 60-something vendors and some food trucks. So that might be fun. So by chopping up that last little piece that you have left over, see, we got some embeds in the shape of leaves. Nice. You know, I might use this for a different soap too. Okay. So now we are going to try to arrange our embeds in the mold to see what design we can come up with. Let's see, we got 6, so we're going to do one of each. And I think I'm going to put the 2 darker colors on the outside and that one light color in the middle. So let's see how we're going to lay these. I'm going to try to lay it on the side, kind of like that. Let's see. That's one. I'm going to put this one in the center. And then the brown one. That feels a little long. Wait a minute. I might have to trim that one a little bit. Let me see again. Yeah, that one needs to be trimmed a little bit. Okay, let's see if it fits better now. Okay. All right, so we got the 3 in here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do over pour, and then I'll put the next 3. We're experimenting here, guys. All right, so I'm going to melt our shea butter, and I'll be back. Okay, crafters, we got our shea butter soap base melted. Let me check the temperature and see if it's good time to add the, yeah, I can add the fragrance oil. This particular brand of shea butter soap base that I get from Hobby Lobby, it sets up really fast. I'm not crazy about it, but I've got quite a bit of it because I got it when it was on a good sale. And so I'm going to use it. I mean, as far as lathering and everything, but working with it can be a little bit difficult because it sets up so fast. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to pull in my embeds. And you know, we have to always spritz some alcohol on those embeds so that they will bond with the the soap that the soap base that you pour over them, okay? And I decided that I am going to, instead of stressing over which direction to lay these in, I'm just going to lay them down and let the process do. Oh, you know, one thing I do want to do though, because I want to make sure that there's soap at the bottom, is I'm just going to pour a little tiny layer on the bottom. Yeah, just to get it started. Okay, and I'm going to check the temperature to make sure it's not too hot, because we don't want to melt our embeds. Okay, so I'm just going to put them in here, guys. Just going to put them in there and hope for the best. Yep, hope for the best. You see, that soap acts like it wants to set already. All right, let me check the temperature. Okay, I'm hopeful that this won't melt the embeds. And I wouldn't pour it, this, cause it's at like 158. I'm gonna pour it from up high in hopes that it will give it a chance to cool a little bit before it actually covers the embeds. Okay, let's spritz some alcohol to pop the bubbles, and I'm just going to do the same thing with the next row of embeds. I'm just going to spritz the alcohol, and I'm going to just lay them and hope for the best. Okay, oops. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. All right, we'll see what we got. Okay, let's pour some more soap over here. And I'm pouring again. I'm pouring from up high to give it a chance to cool off. Okay, let's pop the bubbles. Let's see. I can put a little more, because you know I'm going to put the topping on it. Okay. Spritz those bubbles. And now we're going to pull in those pieces that we cut up, and I'm just going to kind of podge, spritz them and put them on top. I'm trying to decide if I want to wait. Let's see, is it? Can you tell I'm nervous, guys? Let me see how far that's going to sink. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. All right. We're just going to go with it and hope when we cut it, that it looks good. Ooh, it's going down kind of low. I think I'm going to let that set a little bit, and then I'll put some more on top, because I don't want them to fall all the way down like they're doing. I want to be able to see the embeds. So let this set for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, crafters, I think it's set just enough to where I can sit these embeds on top, and maybe they won't fall through. But let's spritz and spritz, and I'm going to gently lay them on top. Okay, I think that's working a little better. So don't do like I did. Wait until you get a little bit of a skin on the top, before you put the embeds on top, okay? Oops, I don't want that orange right beside that orange. Okay. I could have used some more embeds, being that I messed up. Okay. And that. Okay. That's all we got, so that's what we're going to have to work with. All right, we're going to do a little bit of an over pour so that these soaps will bind to the top of the soap, okay? So we're just going to do like a drizzle. We don't want to totally cover our embeds. We still want to be able to see them. Yeah. Okay. I'm hoping this is not a total fail. So often how you see things in your head don't end up being what it turns out. But you know, to be honest, I didn't really have a real plan for this one. I was kind of winging it. Okay. All right. Now, the only thing left to do is make it beautiful. What do we always say? Glitter makes everything beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Glitter makes everything beautiful. Yep. Yep. If you're a glitter girly, you like glitter on your soaps. Yeah, that looks better to me already. It's not as high as I would have liked it, but it might be okay. I don't know. And we'll have to see what's going on inside. Fingers crossed, guys. I'll be back when this is set and we'll unmold it together. I've got quite a bit of leftover soap base, so I'm going to add some color to this white shea butter and put it in this mold. And at some point in time, I'm going to make another soap with these embeds. So I decided to use this purple, which in the white soap base is probably going to be lavender color. You see, I've already saved some blue and here's some white, so I didn't really want to save this as white. So that's a pretty shade. Look at that. It is a lavender. So we are going to save this, and I just want to encourage you to do the same. Now, I could have just made a soap because I definitely have enough in here to make a bar or two, but I want to use this as embeds. Okay. And I'm not going to have you watch me pour, but I just wanted to come back in and let you know that that's what I'm doing with the excess soap, okay? Okay, here she is. She's set. I finished my laundry. Let's see if we can't get this baby out. Oop. Let's see what she looks like. Okay. All right. Of course, she's all glittered up. I hope the glitter is showing up. And I would like to have had more of the leaf embeds on top, but I was moving too fast, and I put some of the embeds in before they should have gone in. But anyway, let's cut this baby and see what she looks like. All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of press it in so it doesn't move. Okay. Okay, there's the first one. I'm not thrilled at all with that. See that? Huh. Okay. Let's keep going. We'll go ahead and cut it. I'm always telling y'all that I want you to see the good, bad, and the ugly. Well, to me, this one is an ugly. See that? I just don't like the way those leaves are arranged. And I think where I was premature in putting the embeds in, that's one that's showing up. Okay. And one more cut. Oh well, this will probably, I don't know. I was gonna say this will probably end up in the rebatch box. Okay. And there. And there. All right, let me set them up so you can see them. I'm not happy, guys. All right, but sometimes it does not work out. Let's see. Can you see that? Okay. Looking at it, looking down at it, it doesn't look that bad, but I just do not like that design at all. Nope, I do not like it at all. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm sorry, this one did not turn out the way I planned, but I'm still going to put the video up so that you can see the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, guys, I will put the link to this mold because I still say this is a great mold. Okay, so I'll put the link to this mold down in the description box, okay? That's all I have for you today, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.